Hello guys, it is me again, it's HorrorFan34, and welcome back to another video, and welcome to another challenge. I don't know if you can see who's on my bed, but I don't know if you can see him, but it's my dog Oliver. He'll be joining me today. I'm going to be taking him out for a walk after I do this video. He's giving me his paw, you can see it in the, in the little screen there. He's just relaxing. Just got in. And I realized this earlier this morning. I didn't do this last night, so hopefully I'm not too late with this. But it was the Thrill Me Thursdays challenge. Top 5 zombie films for the Top 5 Thrill Me Thursdays challenge by Hey, Isn't That Devon Graham. So I figured I'd share my top 5 with you pretty quickly so I can get this video out there for you guys. And also stay tuned for the rest of the reviews for the 31 Days of Horror in October. So let's get on to my top 5 zombie films. Number 5, I don't have one DVD, but I would love to get it one day, and that's Dead Snow. I talked about this also when I did one of the other Thrill Me Thursdays challenge, where it was the top 5 foreign horror films. I believe I mentioned this movie on that list. A great horror comedy. I think it's a German horror film, I believe so, or some other country it is, but really great horror comedy, Dead Snow, from I think 2009. I love Dead Snow. Really well done gore effects. Love the dark comedy aspects in it as well. Just a really great zombie film in general. It's definitely one of my favorite recent zombie films. Number 4, I actually have right over here, Dawn of the Dead. This is the 2004 remake of Dawn of the Dead by Zack Snyder. Of course, this is the Scream Factory release. I always have the alternate cover along with the new cover. But really well done remake. I like the fact that Zack Snyder made this his own movie. It's all brand new characters, more in the mall. Great cast of people. You have Sarah Polley, you have Ving Rhames, you have Jake Weber, Mekhi Phifer. I think you also have Ty Burrell, who went out to be in Modern Family, has a role in this as well. But really well done remake by Zack Snyder. It's more of like an action horror film. Like I said, it's way more different than the original George Romero one. I know Ebert and Roper gave it 2 thumbs up. Bloody good fun, according to Roger Ebert and Roper. So they enjoyed the film as well. But love this movie a lot. Really action packed. I love the characters of like Sarah Polley, Ving Rhames, Jake Weber. I think it's directed very well by Zack Snyder. And I'm just watching with my dog's just chilling out. But Dawn of the Dead, the remake. Love this movie. And speaking of Dawn of the Dead, going into my number 3 choice is the original Dawn of the Dead from 1978. The original George Romero classic. It's my second favorite zombie film of his. My favorite's Day of the Dead, which I'll get to in a minute. But I love this movie a lot. I love Ken Foree. Really great gore effects as well. Really well done effects. Tom Savini's biker gang gets killed, and that's a really good scene in the movie. George Romero, I think this is without a doubt one of his best zombie films. I mean, I love Day of the Dead. I love Dawn of the Dead. I love Monkey Shines, and I even enjoy Bruiser as well. And George Romero is greatly missed. I miss George Romero a lot. I greatly miss him. I never got a chance to meet him at HorrorCon, sadly. So it's the same thing with a lot of other horror people who I missed out on that passed away. Edward Herman's one. Tom Tolles is one. So it's a shame that George Romero is no longer with us anymore. But I love Dawn of the Dead. It's one of my personal favorite films from the 70s. Favorite horror films from the 70s, period. Number 2, I was just going to get this in a minute, but number 2, Day of the Dead. My favorite George Romero zombie film. Really great gore effects by Tom Savini. I think this is one of Tom Savini's best, I think one of his best makeup effects he's ever worked on was this movie. I love the characters. I like Laurie Cardell, Terry Alexander, Joe Polito, may he rest in peace, is no longer with us anymore either, which is sad. Joe Polito, you know, as Captain Rhodes. Come on, Shogun. That scene when he gets pulled apart by the zombies is so well done. And there's no CGI. It's practical gore. It's really well done stuff. I love the whole setting of being underground. And I also really like the character of Bub. Sherman Howard's character of Bub gets to kick some ass at the very end. I thought that was nice. Day of the Dead, great movie. And my #1 favorite zombie film has to be Return of the Living Dead. From, I believe, 85. I think this was I think it was 85. Well, just to not mess it up, let me just make sure I'm getting the date right. Yeah, 85. I mean, what more can you say about Return of the Living Dead that hasn't been said? Directed by Dan O'Bannon. Also, may he rest in peace. And also James Cameron, who's in this, may he rest in peace as well. But really great cast of people. Not only like James Cameron, but you also have Tom Matthews, Linnea Quigley, and just countless of other people. And great gore effects. I love the horror comedy. One of my favorite horror films from the 80s. One of my favorite horror films of all time. I love Return of the Living Dead. I mean, what more can you say about it that hasn't been said before? So, that's pretty much it for my Thrill Me Thursdays challenge for zombie films. Thanks a lot for watching, and I will see you guys next time. You guys take care. And say bye-bye to Oliver. Oliver. Say bye-bye. Oliver. Say bye-bye.